Alright, the door is unlocked. You can hear the Patriarch's troops beyond it. Open it and you will be face to face with them. Open the door.
There you are, you Reavers. What have you done? We had a deal.
Alright, it's not the Ranger way to help warlords and dictators, even if they call themselves by prettier names. We didn't know what kind of man you were when we made the deal, Buchanan. Now we do. Our deal was with our CO. We've got our own ideas, and they don't include you. Let's go with. It's not the Ranger way to help warlords and dictators, even if they call themselves prettier names.
And what pretty name do you call yourselves? Rebels? Freedom fighters? It doesn't hide that you're the ones tearing the world apart while I'm trying to hold it together. For 50 years, I've been the one man keeping civilization alive in the West. No one else has achieved that. Not even your vaunted desert rangers. And now, you want to destroy it all? All that's left of old America? For what?
For justice, your civilization was built on the backs of people you've wronged. We will not let that stand. The only thing we're here to destroy is your way of doing things. Coloradans need a say in running of Colorado. Your ego is so big you think if you die, the world will die with you. The truth is, it'll be better off without you. Or for all we can grab, Saul. For all we can grab. Yeah, so we're gonna go with the only thing that we're here to destroy is your way of doing things. Coloradans need a say in the running of Colorado.
You goddamn children. How naive can you be? Colorado needs a firm hand. Democracy won't work here, Rangers. Not yet. We're surrounded by madmen and savages. I almost want to step aside and watch you try democracy here. The first war band that comes out of Kansas, boom. Elections canceled, martial law is instituted, and you're the next patriarch for life. But no, I don't toy with my society, or with the lives of my people. I protect them from lunatics like you. That's why you have to die, Rangers. That's why this has to end here. Marshals! Attack!
You are.
Alright. Go ahead. And spawn these guys. Alright, Cordet could actually use just a quick pick me up. pretty cool. Okay.
For the greater good.
Got him in the
Got a beat on them. And
it doesn't have anything equipped. Might have to be able to finish it off. Way too low.
got him in the
So I can go ahead. This guy was done. Good.
Gotta hand it to you. You're a bunch of tough sons of bitches. Too bad you're not smart enough to see that you're dooming Colorado. Who's gonna hold things together when I'm gone? You? Your red-headed friend? Huh. Not one of you is hard enough to do what needs to be done.
A hard leader thinks hard is the only way to do things. A smart leader finds other ways.
If only you were smart instead of just a smartass. You haven't saved my people. You've killed them.
Yeah, I don't like this. The ends justify the means is never a good way to look at it. Because that's basically saying, like, I can do the most horrible things that I want to. As long as a good result comes of it, it doesn't matter how horrible I was to get there. It's never a good idea. because you need to get to good ends by just means. Not, you can't just say the end justifies any means to get there. You can't build a just society by doing unjust things. That part is true, but the ends justify the means does not ever do it. It's a new world patriarch. It's time to try new things, or you don't care about your people. All you care about is holding on to power. So it's a new world, because he did care about the people that were close to him, but he didn't care about the people that were at the bottom. So it's a new world patriarch. It's time to try new things.
Ha! If you think your new world is going to be any different than my old one, or the one before the war, you're dreaming. The world will always be bloody. It will always be unfair, and it will always need a hard hand at the top to keep it from being worse. Anyway, good goddamn luck. Whatever you do, you'll need it. Now what are you gonna do with me?
We're arresting you. You'll be tried for your crimes.
A show trial. First step on the road to tyranny. All right then, I'm ready. Always did love a circus.
Well, that's that. So what's the plan now, cowboys? You gonna stay here and help me keep this place peaceful?
We want to invite General Woodson and the Arizona Rangers to move here. We can use all the help we can get. We've come to feel that Colorado is our home. We'll send supplies back to Arizona, but we're staying here. We're going to grab all the supplies we can from the Patriarch store and head back to Arizona. That's not a good idea, because that just dooms the people here. Well, the people here can create new stores of supplies. The thing is that you want to make sure that they can survive long enough to create more supplies. We're going to keep heading east and see what things lie beyond Colorado. So we'll send supplies back to Arizona, but we're staying here. I think this is probably a good one, because inviting everyone to come up here just basically trades one location for another. And while Arizona is a desert wasteland, Colorado is basically a winter hellscape at this point, because this is like up in the mountains and stuff. So because of that, not much is going to change really here. But yeah, we've come to feel that Colorado is our home. We'll send supplies back to Arizona, but we're staying here.
Well, all right. It'll be great having your help. But fair warning, if you don't escort those supplies back to Arizona personally, there's no telling how much will actually make it there. If all they get is a half or a quarter of what they were promised, you might be dooming the old place to a slow death instead of a quick one. Is that something you can live with?
Yeah, no, we better grab the supplies and head home.
Alrighty then. Colorado will miss you, and it'll be a harder job taming it without you. But I understand. Can't leave Arizona in the lurch. Best of luck to you.
You head to the Palace radio room and place a call to General Woodson, letting him know you're coming home.
They don't know in Arizona what we did in Colorado on the trail. If we saved them or betrayed them, if we did the job we went for or we failed. Hard times in Arizona with the Rangers and the settlers giving ground to the raiders and militia, and it seemed we'd lose the good life that we found. Then Buchanan made his offer, buy my kids and I will help you save your land. So we rode for Colorado, praying that he'd be an honest man. In Denver we found valor, a son who didn't live up to his name. turned against his father, siding with the old man's rivals, seeking fame. Though these rivals tried to stop us, we captured valor like we said we would, and brought him home to Daddy, who made it pretty clear just where he stood. Then we made our way to Aspen to find Buchanan's misbegotten son. The sicko named Victory, who pulled the legs off humans just for fun. But when we got to know him, we found old Vic kinda made us laugh. So we pinned him with a star and let him ride beside us on the path. On the track halfway to Kansas, we found Buchanan's daughter make her land. To conquer Colorado with the help of desperados, gangs, and clans. Though she swore she'd not surrender, we promised not to end her, come what may. So we shot the folks around her, then bound her and we took her from the fray. In the end it became clear that Buchanan was no better than his kid. If we let him stay in power, Colorado would be heading for the skid. Defying orders from back home, tried him for his crimes and took his throne. Then we looted Colorado, rode back to our Arizona home. What we did in Colorado on the trail. If we saved him or betrayed him, if we did the job we went for or we failed. But when the winter turns to spring, the news newcomers bring, they'll know that the Rangers are returning, and they're bringing all they promised from the snow.
All right. Well, that looks like that's the game. Thank you all for joining me on this this trip. The main point of the game was to actually run through the DLCs. So, under your supervision, the citizens of Colorado Springs organized a trial for the Patriarch following the traditions of Old America. You choose the jury at random from among the population. On the day of the trial, the whole city came to the palace to watch as you selected a member of your team to preside as judge, sitting on top of the Patriarch's throne. To everyone's surprise, the jury convicted the Patriarch of crimes against his people, but they sentenced him to prison, not death, granting mercy in light of his genuine devotion to the city. To most, it felt like a good old American trial, a clear contrast to the brutal retribution of the Wasteland. He took custody of the Patriarch and confined him into Peterson Air Base, the very stronghold he gave you not so long ago. You wouldn't stay there for long. In the chaos after the Patriarch's fall, your team gathered as many guns, bullets, and supplies as you could, piling them onto a convoy of borrowed vehicles. You headed west across the mountains, leaving Colorado behind. When you arrived in Arizona, General Woodson was surprised to see you and unhappy to hear that you didn't seal an alliance with the Patriarch. Still, the arms and supplies were a welcome relief, and they'd keep the Rangers going until they could figure out another plan. Angela Death remained in Colorado Springs to serve as a peacekeeper. After the fall of the Patriarch, the refugee population rose to dominate Colorado Springs. They wanted revenge on the 100 families, which Angie wouldn't allow. Soon, Angie and her rangers faced an insurgency in the city and a rising tide of revenge killings. She did what she could to hold things together, but without your help, she continued to lose ground. The rest of the Patriarch's nation collapsed, and his alliance of cities and cults scattered to the winds. Isolated and alone, they'd be easier prey for the savage gangs of the plains, or predators closer to home. In Denver, oil drilling came to an end because you destroyed the Gippers. The cities and towns of Colorado were left without a reliable source of fuel. With the machine commune destroyed as well, Denver turned into a free-for-all. Mercenaries and raiders fought each other for control of the abandoned rigs and charged outrageous prices for oil. Led by the Gifts, the Breathers withdrew into the Rocky Mountains. They kept their distance from people of Colorado, moving higher and higher into the mountains as generations passed. In time, the Breathers became legend to the people of Colorado. Some said they were evolving into a new form of humanity. Others didn't believe that they ever even existed at all. As Colorado Springs died, the city of Aspen was forgotten. The old resort town went dark forever, covered by snow and never reclaimed. Shortly after you left Colorado, Liberty Cannon vanished from her cell. Nobody was surprised. She'd always had admirers in Colorado Springs. She resurfaced a few weeks later, commanding a company of her father's former marshals and loyalists. Winning a series of swift victories, she took control of some outlying towns. With Colorado in chaos, Liberty has a damn good chance of reconquering her father's nation. The city of Steeltown thrived and grew. Markham was wary of the freed since at first, but they were smart and efficient planners, almost living up to our standards. Workers got the jobs that suited them best, and production process continually improved. Abigail Markham's genius was proven at last, just not in the way that she had expected. Throughout Colorado, people looked at Steeltown as a new vision of the Wasteland's future, machines making the plans and humans doing the work. In Cheyenne Mountain, the bodies of the Proteus and their followers have been cleared, and Theo Curia and his assistants have placed themselves maintaining the holy detonation and keeping its power flowing. At the same time, Theo carries on his investigation and experiments with the mutating powers of the holy detonation, always with willing volunteers, of course. He couldn't be happier with the situation. Elijah Ward, however, never misses an opportunity to speak ill of the Rangers and their works. Flab and his monster army maintain control of the bizarre and unexpected island of stability in a region remade by you and your own team. Flab took great satisfaction in the knowledge that he had outlasted the Patriarch. Once again, he had weathered a terrible storm when even the most powerful man in Colorado had not. Furious with how Team November dealt with the Patriarch, Jody returned to Arizona, glad to see the last of Colorado snow and ice. And despite the shipment of supplies being far less than what was originally promised, thanks to Jody's help, her folks made it through the year that followed, though they never again prospered as they had before. Freed from the brig by Team November after the coup of the Patriarch was complete, Quan left Colorado Springs in disgust. Eventually, he became security consultant of the Iron Thunder Arapaho and never had anything to do with the Rangers again. When things with the Patriarch finally settled, Lucia decided to remain a Ranger, continuing to patrol and keep the peace, and to serve as their liaison to the 100 families. After years of loyal service, the Rangers retired Morningstar and allowed him to drive his Kodiak Shell on his long dream journey to rediscover America. No one knows where he went, how far he got, but there probably aren't any communists there anymore. After staying to witness the first-hand fall of the Patriarch, Ironclad Cordite did as he promised to do and took the gangs east, where he at last began his bloody campaign to rule all of Kansas. Returning back home to Arizona, Giuseppe helped the Rangers distribute the meager supplies from Colorado and continued to rise in the ranks of the organization in the hard years that followed. Kicked out of the Rangers after the resolution of the Patriarch's mission, Fishlips went back to the Wastes and resumed leadership of the Hardheads. What happened to them after that is unknown. In the chaos that engulfed Colorado Springs and the Rangers returned to town, Vic headed into the Wastes, hoping to rise an army to take back what he felt was rightfully his. Unfortunately, his attempt to recruit some payasos ended with them force-feeding him a clown burger, which killed him. After things resolved, the Rangers noticed Scotchbo was no longer with them. They searched every bar in Colorado Springs, but never found him. Some say that he's been seen drinking in saloons in Kansas and points east, but the rumors are unconfirmed. With that, the story of Team November comes to an end. For good or ill, you change Colorado forever, and its people will live with the consequences. But the story of the Rangers goes on.